So, hello everybody to today's interview in the frame of our CESI Talks series. CESI Talks are interviews led with European stakeholders, but also national stakeholders in the frame of our WEP24 project, which aims at raising awareness at our members level, but also at citizens level for the upcoming EU elections in 2024. And today I have the particular pleasure to welcome Monica Semedo, member of the European Parliament, member of the Renew Europe group from Luxembourg, and very important, she's also a member of different committees, but especially the EMPL and Social Affairs Committee. Mrs. Semedo, welcome.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Merci.
Ms. Semedo, you have been with us a couple of weeks ago in Luxembourg, and this was about also raising awareness for the benefits of the European Union, also the flaws and the mistakes, but the benefits mainly for the citizens and workers. And we spoke also a lot about values. Now, what does it mean, the European values, for you, and why is it so important to fight for those, according to you?
Yes, the European values are at the core of the European Union. It's kind of the glue that sticks us together as 27 different member states. So the values of, for example, democracy and rule of law are crucial for the functioning of our not only economical but also political union. That's why the European Union is a union of values, and they guarantee, and I think in these times of war and political crisis, it is important that these values are protected and held up because they guarantee peace between us, 27 different nations, and also other values like equality are crucial, because we see in some member states this equality is not guaranteed, is in jeopardy, and that's why it is important that we always not only cherish and value the values we have, but also promote them and protect them, because these values they guarantee our freedom to work, to study, to live wherever we want in the European Union, and also the freedom to express yourself, to unfold yourself is guaranteed by these values. So, and also the diversity, because we have these values in common that are the glue that stick our core values together, but also the diversity that guarantees that we can live in the diversity we have with our different cultures, languages, history, and so it's really crucial that we protect and preserve these values the European Union is based upon.
Ms. Semedo, I mentioned it, you're a member of the Employment and Social Affairs Committee in the European Parliament, a committee, of course, which is very close to our heart as independent trade unions. What were the big files for you in this? I must say, we are quite respectful of what has been achieved in this during this mandate, which is still ongoing until next year. What were for you the main files? You were also responsible rapporteur for the quality traineeship report, which is a very important report for us. How did you experience these past years, and what were the major files for you?
Yeah, you named it already, the quality traineeships, the initiative report, where I was the rapporteur of, is very important for the younger generation. Not only, I always say that also elder people can do traineeships, but in general, traineeships are done by younger people, and this is important. I underlined and I claim that traineeships must be paid, because traineeships cost a trainee among 1,000 euros. for renting, for example, a flat, an habitation, for transport, for food, etc. So traineeships must be paid, and I think that's crucial because traineeships improve the accessibility later to the labor market. Because you can prove I have experience, I have already some experience, and then of course it is to your in favor of you as a candidate for a job. So quality traineeships means also that the employer is in charge of guaranteeing that the trainee has a real learning experience. As I have a trainee right now, Sadu, so we made clear what are his tasks during his traineeship, which is paid, of course. What are his tasks? And then at the end of the traineeship, there will be an evaluation, even before, some evaluation, so that he can see, okay, what did I do right? Where can I improve? And so that he has a real learning experience and not just as I did when I was younger and I did a traineeship, just reading newspapers and bringing coffee, for example. That should not be. So a real learning experience is important, and that traineeships are inclusive, because I am very committed to, and I defend and I promote an intersectional approach in the job market, in companies, because this diversity will add to many things, because the more diverse ideas we have and input, the better is the outcome. So traineeships should be inclusive, also for people with disabilities. Disabilities we can see, but also disabilities we cannot see. For example, autism or dyslexia. It's important that these people, they can all add to a company, add to the team from a different maybe perspective. As I became visually impaired during my mandate, I also switched the perspective on how to work, how to prepare not only my files, but also speeches and so on. And this is for me already a learning experience, and I hope that also young people with disabilities can do so. And of course, people from ethnic minorities should also get a chance. It's equal chances that I promote and defend, and that should be guaranteed during traineeships. But another huge file, I think, and a huge step forward for more social Europe is the file of adequacy of European minimum wages, the directive. We finally got. It was really hard. I negotiated in the name of my group, Renew Europe, and it was a tough negotiation, not only with the council, but also in the parliament and in my group, because it depends on where you come from in the European Union, how you see a statutory minimum wage, so by law, or set by trade unions. There are different perspectives from north to south, from east to west. And but finally, I got the majority in my group, a strong majority, and also in plenary. And I think it's important for all those who wake up early in the morning and go to work full time, that they can have a decent living, that they are capable. And I also think, especially to single parents, that they can afford to go to the cinema with their children, or to the swimming pool, or theater, etc. And also that these children are not the ones to have the school books, the last ones, because we talk about active people that contribute to this society and contribute to the economy of each country. And if we have a look at where are the minimum wage jobs, it's the people we really need. And so they should be able to have a decent living and all respect for their work. And that's why I presume there will be some raises in the minimum wages in different countries of Europe.
Yes, Ms. Semedo, both files you mentioned were, as I said, also the quality traineeship was a very important file for us. And of course, the minimum wages directive, which now we will follow very closely when it comes to its implementation, because as you said, when you speak of adequacy, but also for us, very important, the issue of collective bargaining coverage, it might create additional power, additional leverage to have a strong social dialogue and so strong collective bargaining, also improving, of course, both wages and minimum wages. You mentioned it at the beginning that we are in difficult times. You know, there are fears. We face economic fears, social fears, security fears. We face the demographic transition, the digital transition, the green transition, all in these moments of uncertainty. And given the fact that next year we'll have European elections, what would be your message to the citizens, to the workers? Why go vote?
Yes, so I would firstly say, please go and vote. I'm coming from Luxembourg, where voting, the elections and voting are mandatory. And to those, I say, go and vote wisely. Because what is decided at the EU level, and speaking for me in the European Parliament, affects about 80% of the laws in the national member state. So the European Union decisions have a direct influence to the national politics and to the future of us all, not only one country, but of the whole European Union. So it is important to scrutinize the political party programs. What is this A or B party standing for? What is this candidate standing for? And of course, not only the parties, but also what did that person do the years before and really stand for, because the elected representatives, they will frame the direction of the following years or even decade. So it's very important not just to go and vote, but to vote wisely. Because my experience here in the European Parliament is that sometimes in a file, the majority or not is decided by one vote, only one. So it's important that people understand that this one vote or cross they make, or in Luxembourg maybe 6 different ones, or for one party, the cross you make is decisive for the outcome and for those who decide later on what will happen, what regulations and laws will be come into place the next years. So it's important to be aware that this vote is really precious and make a wise use of it.
Ms. Semedo, all the best to you. Successful year still, a successful end of mandate, but also, as I suppose, you will be rerunning successful election campaign. And I hope and I look forward to seeing you then also in the new year.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the invitation. Merci.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.